Today's podcast is called, Yes, You Were Abused. No, It Was Not Your Fault. Abuse is not an accident, a misunderstanding, or an unavoidable reaction. Abuse is a decision. All forms of abuse cause great harm. The abuser chooses when, how, and toward whom they will act. That choice matters because it places responsibility where it belongs, which is on the one committing the harm, not on the one enduring it. A clear way to see this is by observing how abusers behave around different people. With those they want to impress, such as employers, church leaders, friends, extended family, they are polite, attentive, and even charming. They demonstrate self-control, patience, and great restraint. Yet behind closed doors, without an audience and no reputation is at stake, the abuse happens. The contrast exposes the truth, which is that they are capable of controlling their behavior. They simply choose not to when they believe there will be no consequences. This pattern shows that abuse is something an abuser can't help as a lie. If rage, cruelty, manipulation, or intimidation were truly uncontrollable, it would appear consistently in every setting. Instead, it is selective, targeted, and deployed where the abuser feels entitled and safe to do so. That selectivity is not loss of control. Instead, it is calculated control. Victims are often burdened with the false belief that they caused the abuse by saying the wrong thing, setting an unreasonable boundary, making a mistake, or failing to meet an impossible expectation. While it is true that words and actions can make someone angry or hurt, anger does not equal abuse, and hurt feelings do not force cruelty. No one has the power to compel another person to demean, threaten, isolate, or dominate them. Those are moral choices made by dysfunctional, toxic, even evil people. Abusers frequently exploit this confusion by reframing their behavior as provoked. They say things like, "If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have reacted this way." This is manipulation, not true accountability. Healthy adults experience anger without resorting to abuse. They pause, reflect, communicate, or step away until they calm down and can discuss the issue reasonably. Abuse happens when a person decides that their emotions justify harming someone else. From a biblical perspective, Scripture consistently affirms personal responsibility for one's actions. James 1:14 in the Amplified Bible says, "But each one is tempted when he is dragged away, enticed, and baited by his own evil desire." Desire and emotion are not sins in and of themselves. The problem occurs when a person consents to act on them in destructive ways. Abuse is not temptation winning by accident, but consent given repeatedly. Healing cannot begin while victims of narcissistic abuse continue carrying blame that does not belong to them. Self-examination has a place, but it never should be twisted and weaponized. Each person is responsible for their own choices, words, and boundaries. No one is responsible for another person's decision to violate another's dignity. The Bible clearly rejects the idea that one person bears guilt for another's wrongdoing. Ezekiel 18:20 says, "The person who sins will die. The son will not bear the guilt of the father, nor will the father bear the guilt of the son." Abuse thrives on transferred guilt. When responsibility is shifted onto the victim to preserve the abuser's self-image, truth restores moral clarity. Recognizing abuse as a choice is not about bitterness, but about reclaiming reality. When responsibility is named accurately, victims are free to grieve, to heal, and to rebuild without self-condemnation. You were abused. It was real, and it was not your fault. Thank you for listening to my podcast.